Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video on XRP. But before I get started, please click the like and subscribe button as it helps this channel grow very quickly. So I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend and a wonderful day wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. We're going to start with this. So you take a look at this right here, right? The price is at 33 cents. And you think to yourself, I am so sick of this sideways and downward movement. Every time we move up a little bit, we come back down. We're still in a bear market. People say we're going to go lower yet. What I do on this channel is I keep you optimistic in what you bought. I keep you holding your XRP. I give you more reason to hold it all the time. The world is getting rough. I talked to people yesterday. I talked to a couple of guys I know, and they don't invest in crypto. They don't want anything to do with crypto. One of them bought in a while ago, lost money, got out, said they're never coming back in. But I started talking to them about CBDCs, and they had no idea what a CBDC was, what it even was. And the one guy says to me, how do you know this is going to happen? Well, because we already see what's going on. These CBDCs are getting built, country after country, building their own. The U.S. is going to roll theirs out on December 13th of this year. And the thing is, leading up to that, I think things are going to get far worse. Every time we turn around, the news media keeps us preoccupied with another crisis. I point that out a lot on this channel. I'm going to show you a couple other things I think that are going on right now. So let's start with this. The rent crisis on Main Street just took a turn for the worse. Recent inflation data shows that rental prices across the U.S. are finally easing. But on Main Street, it's a different story, with small business owners increasingly unable to make full rent payments, according to the survey from Alignable. Small businesses are caught in an inflation compounding effect, with prices for inputs, labor, transportation, and energy all cutting into margins, while rent prices soar also. And now landlords are pressing the most since COVID began for full payments, as the economy cools and sales slow. There's options though, from negotiating with landlords who don't want empty storefronts to business owners making the decision to go fully remote. The thing is, they're pushing out small business in America. They want you using corporations such as Walmart, big box stores, Amazon, Lowe's, Home Depot. The little stores that used to be on your block are most likely gone. Every day we lose more and more of them. Those were the heart of the United States at one point. The little hardware store where the guy knew your name when you walked in. Those are folding up left and right. Gas stations folding up. They can't, lower their price to compete with the big store down the street. The big station that could lower their price 5 cents to shake you out. That's going on throughout the world, though, not just in America. And then we see this: highest inflation, empty grocery shelves, increased gas prices, supply chain issues, abandoning Americans, a border crisis, no energy independence, greater national debt, increased censorship, proposed tax hikes, loss of liberties, out of control spending. Now, there's not going to be a war, in my opinion. It's a financial war. Other countries are getting off the U.S. dollar. They're pushing the U.S. dollar down. We just haven't seen the effects of it quite yet. They're bringing the entire system down. From home heating to beer, staggering energy costs, and fueling Britain's inflation crisis. And it's everywhere throughout the world right now. These are man-made crises, in my opinion. Take a look. I mean, these are crises that all of a sudden started out of nowhere. At the same time, we see a new financial system being built right in front of our eyes. They're going to roll it out on us eventually. Well-summarized mechanism behind China's property crisis, essentially a liquidity crisis triggered by credit squeeze ordered from the central government, fearing a potential collapse of mounting debt burden. It boils down to a failure of central planning. They're creating a liquidity crisis. They're going to eventually roll that out. We're going to see it very soon. Then we see this. Ripple compatible chip development is said to be sponsored by the US Navy. Now this is from April 7th of 2020. Ripple and XRP are in the spotlight once again after the news that the US Navy is hiring a firm to create implantable microchips that would be compatible with Ripple's blockchain. It was a huge breakthrough for Ripple and XRP community after the company's blockchain won a big boost from the US Navy. In an interview, the president of Solari Inc., Catherine Austin Fitz, said, "A year ago, the US Navy had hired a Danish tech company to develop an implantable microchip and make it compatible with Ripple blockchain. I remember when they first announced this. It was big news. People in the XRP community cheered this. They said, look, Ripple's working with the government already. It's going to take off. You're going to become very rich very soon." Here we are now in 2022, and they're talking about digital IDs, things like that. You see how all of this was being built years ago. I always want to keep your eyes open to this. I want you to see what's going on around you. If you're not in crypto, you would never even know this is happening. People outside of the crypto world are more looking at crisis and food prices going up and gas going up and everything else. They're not looking at the big picture. Now, 2022 predictions: internet and network outages will continue to get worse before they get better. Now, they're always getting us ready for an internet outage. They're always talking about solar flares, knocking out communications and internet worldwide. Why do you think they're always talking about that? Because I believe at some point this is going to happen. Think about it. If they had an internet outage, people lose communications. When you lose communications, you have no idea what's going on. Then all of a sudden, the internet comes back up and running, and we find out we're now running on a new financial system. That could be how they introduce it to us. I don't know for sure, but it looks like it could very well happen. Now would be the absolute worst time to exit an XRP position. It has so much upside coming with the end of the SEC lawsuit, Ripple IPO, and getting relisted on US exchanges. Not to mention on-demand liquidity growth, all of which should happen within the next 12 months. Your choice, though. And that's the thing. Now's the time you don't want to sell your XRP. Even if you get frustrated with the downturn of the market continually happening. We know it's being suppressed. Most likely, if you're watching this video, you already hold XRP. You're never going to let go of it. They'd have to pry it from your hands. And the thing is, though, new investors that just got into XRP that have no clue what XRP is actually used for, but they bought it because somebody said, hey, you want to make a good investment? Buy some XRP. Those people can easily get shaken out of a market like this. Most people believe they invest at 8 in the morning and by 5 in the afternoon they're going to be rich. And when it doesn't happen, then crypto isn't for them. They need to look at the big picture. Full video on CBDCs on the XRP ledger that Ripple shared in its latest report. Now, I believe Ripple is telling us this is what's coming. This is what's going to happen. XRP holders, stay strong. Because they're going to use XRP for cross-border payments. All of us will get rich at that point. And then we see this. Forbes, SEC, Gary Gensler resigned, taken down. Why? Sheriff of Cryptoville draws his pistol versus crypto projects, Ripple, LBRY, and more. And they took this down, and I think it was because somebody pressured them to take down. XRP holders, what is a security? The SEC? Well, I could pretty much fill in those blanks. It's whatever they feel should be deemed a security. Whatever they have to make a security to suppress the price, hold it back, hold back innovation. It's not the time for XRP to fly yet, but our time is coming. Then we see this. Now, Ripple and Stellar being used for cross-border payments. I know there's a lot of people that argue out on Twitter between the XLM community and the XRP community. Now, in every video I do, I always tell you to diversify. Buy a little bit of each of these ISO coins. You're buying a little piece of the fourth industrial revolution. It's here. It's happening right in front of our eyes. Why not invest a little bit into each? Think about it like this. We know XRP is going to be bank to bank throughout the world. But we also know XLM is going to be used for person-to-person payments. Those payments are going to be a lot of money. XLM will eventually rise in value also. Maybe it doesn't hit the same numbers as XRP, but maybe it gets close. It's still trillions of dollars being moved. That's why I don't understand why people argue about crypto. You are all invested in it. You buy crypto because you want to get rich. There's no reason to fight and argue in the process. Unless the Fed gets its butt in gear, the other countries will most likely decouple as well. They're talking about decoupling from the US dollar. The SEC is stonewalling the US right now out of an incredible opportunity and position of global economic greatness. Ripple, please flip the switch and show the SEC and the Fed what XRP is. But I believe they're holding back the US as far as innovation. But I think it's because right now it's meant to be happening also. There's not going to be another World War III, like people always say on Twitter. Well, World War III is going to happen because, and I think people get that idea because of all the crisis that's going on. They think something's got to give. But I believe there's a financial war going on. Countries are breaking away from the US dollar. They're going to continue to make the US dollar crash. And you see it with BRICS going on right now. They're saying they no longer need the US dollar to trade, things like that. But this is the time where you sit back as an XRP holder and as an XRP investor, and you just be patient. It's all going to happen whether we like it or not. Let's all get rich together as it happens. With that said, I'm going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.